What's going on, guys? We're looking at an ad for the original Bulova Oceanographer 666, the famous devil diver. And now we're looking at a modern version. This is a re-edition by Analog Shift. The beautiful day-date face on an incredible NATO, perfectly matched NATO, and a beautiful, beautiful bracelet. You can see the really nice call out on the back there. 666 pieces for Analog Shift. It's beautiful. But Bulova has taken that and ran with it. So welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm your host, Paul. Thanks for stopping by. Today we've got Bulova's answer to the Analog Shift limited production run. They have taken it upon themselves to produce another 666 pieces for the mass market. And these guys are a little bit different, and we're going to talk about the differences, the similarities, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, that sort of thing. You can see it comes with your setting instructions. It also comes with a booklet similar to the Lunar Chronograph did about the history of the Devil Diver. They're sort of doing that with a few of their pieces. They're calling it, I think, Legacy editions. I'm not quite sure, but it's basically historical pieces like the Stars and Stripes, like this one, like the Lunar Chronograph, that have meant something to the company. And unlike the Lunar Chronograph, they did the correct sizing of this one. Actually, they give us two options, but we'll get into that. So looking in here, you've got the blue and orange interior, really nice. You have this plaque displaying the limited numbers, the replica of the 70s, the 666 feet, and the Swiss movement. And we're going to get into that too, but first, just a look of this piece. I love it. Being orange and black, I mean, those are my favorite colors together, so I love it. I love the raised indices. I wish they had done a date for the mass market. They chose to do a date only, so it's time and date only. But it is an automatic movement. It is a Swiss movement. It does have an upgraded clasp, an upgraded bracelet, actually the same bracelet as the one from Analog Shift. Now, you don't get the NATO, but NATOs are fairly inexpensive. I'm fairly confident you could find a replica of that Analog Shift NATO pretty cheaply. And you see on the back, it doesn't have a really overly decorated case back. It just says the limited production on it. So I love this bracelet, though. I think this bracelet really is a great call out. Didn't actually realize it was different than the regular production models until this came in, but just fantastic look. Might catch some hairs on some people with really hairy arms. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, there's another look at that case back. And on the wrist, you can see that 40 millimeters solves a big complaint of the Lunar Chronograph. This thing fits much more conservatively. It stays true to the original. It doesn't fit that high, considering it is a dive watch with a 600 feet water resistance, 666 I should say. And if you haven't figured it out yet, that's where it gets its name, the Devil Diver, because 666 is a mark of the beast. They had it water resistant to 666 feet, so therefore it's the Devil Diver. There you go. So anyway, as we put this case back, or this case back together, we're going to talk a little bit more about this one and its its regular production. So we've already said this one's Swiss. It's 40 millimeters. It comes with a high-end bracelet. Let's talk about this guy. This is 42 millimeters, as you can see on the wrist. If we compare it back to the 40 millimeter here, obviously a difference on the way it feels on the wrist. If we take a look at them side by side, your regular production models versus your limited to 666 model, it's immediately noticeable, the size, the look. The bracelet itself is a little more satin, a little more brushed than the high polish of the other models. If we look at the heads, the head of the regular production model is much larger, not only in length and width, but also in depth. Looking here at the green one, you can see the same. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I like this. I wish they had done this with the lunar chronograph, where they gave you the original head size and then an option of a larger head. I wish they had done that. I'm glad they did that here. Me liking vintage watches, I opt for this one. The 40 millimeter just sits better. I like that it's limited. This one 134 of 666. I like that it has a Swiss movement on the inside. That makes me extremely happy. The others have the Miyota movement. Miyota is owned by Citizen Group, so of course Citizen owning Bulova would use their own movement in the more mass-marketed, mass-produced versions. But I think you get a really good case here, a really good look. Is $1,200 too much? Some would say yes. I don't think so. I think you get a lot for that money. If you feel like it's too much, these are a great value. You can see the high polish on that bracelet and the difference on that bracelet as I do that. But I think these are a really great value at just at $500 retail. You can find them a little cheaper than that most places. But I like that they gave you options this time. I hope in the future the lunar chronograph gets options. I would still probably pick the larger one because I'm completely used to it now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, guys. Do you like the regular production model better? Do you like the smaller 40 millimeter limited edition better? And would you get one on your own?